Yo, what up guys, Ross Scalps here, and in this video we're going to be reviewing Five Nights at Freddy's. So this movie is a movie that I've been looking forward to for a while. I've always known about the Five Nights at Freddy's games and whatnot, and I found this movie, just by the trailer alone, was intriguing. So I had some decent expectations for the movie, and also before we went, I was reading some of the reviews about it, and they were saying, the plot sucked, and it was just like a movie for the fans. And after watching it,
gotta agree with them, to be honest. Dang.
And as you guys all know, Five Nights at Freddy's is basically just a game where you're a security guard at a pizzeria or whatever, and at night you have to watch the animatronics, I guess, and they come and scare you. And that's basically what the movie was, with, I guess, a little bit more story added in. I don't know if it's canon or not, but they added some story elements, and I don't know. We'll just get into some of the pros.
I guess the first thing, the animatronics, they were kind of nice. Like, they kind of creeped me out when you first seen them. And honestly, that was gonna be my biggest thing, was just seeing if they could portray that scary factor with them. And in the first half, they definitely did.
Yeah, the animatronics look pretty good, and overall the lighting and the camera work, all the angles and stuff that they did, it just looked pretty good. And like he said, the first half of this movie, I think, was where it was at its best. The suspense was there because you were curious to see the animatronics and how the story would play out. They introduced I don't know, I've never heard of this, but this dream thing that he goes through. And I don't know if it's real or not, but they introduced that part of the story, and at first you're kind of intrigued. But yeah, that first half to me was good, along with the animatronics and the lighting. And
oh yeah, they got the pacing really good.
I'd say the pacing was good in the beginning, the first half, but the second half, it's not bad. It's just, I think, more of the story. And I guess, I don't know, do you have any other pros besides the popcorn and the pretzel?
I mean, the pretzel was good. Mozzarella stick, nacho cheese.
Yeah, besides that, I mean, everything else was okay. The acting was okay, the plot was, well, we'll get into that, but everything else in this movie was okay. I'm not going to say there was anything that stood out besides those things we listed. And yeah, we'll go into some of the cons now. Now, I don't even know where to begin, so we'll just start with, the plot. There's... The overall plot was okay, but, the second half, it's logic left the chat.
Literally. There's some things that happen, and you're reactions, honestly.
Yeah, reactions. Some things that happen, and normally someone would be like, oh my gosh. Or,
Literally.
They would freak out, call the cops or something, but they're just huh. That's neat. Stuff like that. Along with some cliches, whether it's a certain person's portrayed a certain way. Another con about this movie is I feel like the ending was just underwhelming. The way the situation is resolved, I think, is kind of dumb, honestly.
They should have given more of a freaking should have been more with his perspective, like it was in the game.
Yeah, a lot of the girl, his sister, was involved heavily, and I don't know. I didn't really like how that part of the story. I'm not sure if it's from the games, but I don't know. I mean, from the plot to the ending to the pacing in the second half to some cliche or corny dialogue, I just think the first half was good. The second half kind of just fizzled out. It was just this, and then it just kind of went like this to end it. So,
yeah. Overall,
this movie, it was decent. I'll say that.
It was decent.
Alright, so with that being said, we're going to give action a 4 out of 10. This movie had, the one fight scene, I guess, and then just a bunch of killing, so I guess that's kind of action.
Alright, so emotion is next up. We'll give that a 3. Really, any of the emotional stuff is between the main character's internal conflict. that's basically where the emotion comes through. And I mean, I guess with the brother and sister.
Yeah, and if you relate to the conflict, it might hit hard. But if you don't, then it's just, I don't know. You see why it can be emotional, I guess. But overall, it was probably just a 3. Suspense in the movie, we're going to give it a 5. Like I said, the first half was pretty good, keeping you engaged and whatnot. But then the second half, I feel like the suspense kind of went away. And I don't know.
Well, it's also like it's hard to give suspense anything higher or lower because like the first half and the second half were very different with suspense.
Yeah.
Pacing of the movie though, we're gonna give that a 7. It was great. The first half, you get right up to it, and then once like something happens, it kind of just killed the movie for me. But the
pace could have
pacing
been
was still pretty good throughout the whole movie.
I feel like it could have been higher if it wasn't for the second half, but overall we're just going to give it a 7. And finally, for the plot, we'll give it a 5. Like we said, too many inconsistencies and just characters not reacting or feeling like certain ways that they should. Things happen and you would think they would react in a logical way. But literally, logic left the chat.
They just rolled with it. They're like, oh, okay.
Like, oh, this guy's been gone for a week that I see regularly? Huh. Alright, so for Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm going to give it a salty popcorn. I just feel like it could have been better, but it was still an enjoyable time at the theater.
I'm gonna have to agree with that one. Salty popcorn for me as well. The cameo with Corey was cool. The first half of the movie, I loved it. Like I was really interested, but then it kind of just fizzled out.
And anyways, with all that being said, we just want to say thank you for watching another movie review from us. And I really appreciate the comments that you guys give us and the support. And even if you disagree, I still enjoy seeing and interacting with you guys. And so thank you all for watching this, and we'll see you all in the next week. See ya. Alright guys, thank you all for watching this movie review, and stay tuned. We're going to be reviewing The Marvels coming out November 10th, so somewhere around there we'll have a review for you guys on that movie. But with that being said, we just want to say thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more content, some cooking videos dropping next week, and yeah.
Oh, Halloween videos.
Yeah, we got 2 Halloween videos coming out, and so stay tuned for that. Drop down below in the comments if you watched this movie and what you thought of it. And with that being said, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys in a few.